Hello, hello. It's been a long time since I've done a Facebook Live, but I had a huge problem with my computer. Facebook Live wouldn't go live, and but I could record it off my phone. But if I recorded off my phone, I couldn't watch it on my computer. I can only watch it on mobile. So it's kind of weird. Just tried it out. Facebook Live is up and going. So I'm going to dig into it. I'm actually going to be speaking November 12th through the 16th at the Auto Remarketing's Used Car Week. You can go to usedcarweek.biz. If you're a dealer interested in used cars, I definitely would attend it if I was you. I would. Great sessions. I'm going to be speaking on Tuesday the 13th. I think it's at 9:15, and I'm going to do the top 10 don'ts with your used car inventory management. So I was going to hit a couple of these right now. What's up, Anderson? So couple don'ts to do with your used car inventory right now. It's been a while since I've gone live, but what we're seeing right now is dealers that had a probably a slow, good August, went to the lane, bought in September, paid up for it, but had a slow September. And then October's kind of hit or miss. It's just been kind of steady. No one's really blowing things up. So a lot of our stores are performing better than last October, but it's just one of those months again. And so we still have, if dealers don't have an aging policy, still have cars that we bought in August and September and paid top dollars for. I just shared a headline today, matter of fact, Auto Remarketing, talking about wholesale drops, a lot of no sales going on. So now we're stuck on making decisions of dropping prices of my current inventory. And if I drop it, I own them high, and so my profitability isn't there. So and then a lot of dealers want to clean up their inventory as it's getting slower. So one of the biggest don'ts that you want to do in your used car inventory, regardless if you're cleaning up your inventory or not, but especially if you're trying to clean up the inventory, get rid of aged stuff, is don't jack up your fresh inventory to make up the difference. So a lot of dealers are taking hits on pushing aged cars gone and taking those hits because they bought them back in August and September where they paid a lot of money for it, but to price it aggressively right now as everybody's dropping their prices to get customers in the door, they tend to then jack up fresh pricing to try to offset the growth. So if they're taking a $1,500 loser on an aged car, they want to try to make it up on fresh cars. The reason why you don't want to do this is because obviously your biggest gross potential is when a car is fresh, right? You're going to make the most money on a car in the first 30 days. So do you want to increase or decrease the odds of it selling in the first 30 days? Right? We want to increase it. So by jacking up the pricing on my aged cars right now to try to offset the gross on the beat ups that I'm doing right now, all I'm going to do is cause these fresh cars to not sell as fast. And so guess what? You might start moving away some age. You might pop out a few fresh stuff that you're making some money on, but your volume drops off a bit. And because you're asking higher dollars for this fresh stuff, as you clean up the age, 30, 60 days, age is gone, but then 60, 90 days later, these cars that you held out on right now are starting to age and just replace what you just worked so hard to get out of. So don't try to do that right now. Another thing that you want to do, I'm just going to do 2 of these. Like I said, there's 10, but I'm kind of cheating here about what we're going to be covering in the workshop. But I would do your virtual lot walk. The reason why I say that now, there's so many other more important things right now, but right now with the weather getting cold and warm days, cold days, you're going to see a lot of not check engine lights, but tire warnings. Tires deflate in the cold and so forth. So don't take pictures. Make sure your people aren't taking pictures of low tire warnings. Make sure there's no check engine lights going on, dead batteries. Don't have a car running outside in the cold and let the exhaust fumes smoking there because it looks like the car's on fire or something. Customers might be smart enough to realize that's not the case. But really what you got to work on right now, because again, if it gets a little thinner in the colder months as far as shoppers and stuff, and if they're going to be out there buying, you're going to still sell cars. Yours cars are got to stand out against everybody else's because inventory levels I've seen in most markets are building up on the retail end. So what I mean by that is when we go look at 100-mile radius of a particular dealer and look at how many cars are listed online, we're seeing an increase. So there's a big increase on inventory online right now. And so if there's more cars for these customers, there's a shot. Your cars have got to pop. They got to stand out. So one of the things is make sure you do virtual hot walk, no low tire warning, pressure signs on, no smoke coming out of the exhaust because it's cold outside type thing. Shut the car off and take good pictures. And again, probably start redoing all those summer green leaf pictures in the background. Right now, all your cars, some of your age cars might look like they're just done in the summertime with all green leaves. And right now it's fall, and maybe in some towns all the leaves are gone. So over the next 30 days, you're going to want to redo photos of cars that are older than 45, 50, 60 days old and get those things moving. So those are the two things that, you know, you don't want to be doing with your inventory, is not paying attention to your photos and descriptions and making sure your people are doing what they're doing. And don't jack up your fresh pricing on cars. Don't jack up pricing on your fresh inventory. I know it's the last day of the month, but this is a good tips to go into November and December. If you want more tips, I got a ton of stuff on YouTube channel. Lotpop, just look for Lotpop on YouTube. There's a ton of stuff there. A couple other things that we see going on. The market's moving faster than most dealers are moving with their pricing. So what I mean by that, if you're pricing a car at 98% last week or 2 weeks ago, and you're not paying attention to cars not just changing your pricing every day or every other day, but actually looking at cars you haven't adjusted in a week or two, you're going to notice you'll see a car that you priced at 98% is now maybe 101% because the market moved 3%. Market's moving pretty fast right now. Guys, again, that had the last September, October that weren't very stellar and kind of slow. These guys are making adjustments on their pricing. And if you're not doing it also, you could be, your pricing seem like it might be going up right now instead of staying competitive. So again, haven't done a Facebook Live in a while because my computer or whatever, Facebook wouldn't let my computer do it. I'm going to start pushing this stuff out. Again, more tips on lotpop.com. I'm going to put this up there. I'm sorry, on YouTube channel on Lotpop. If you want a free evaluation, go to lotpop.com. Email me at jrice@lotpop.com. We get a free inventory evaluation. Also, look at one of my last posts here lately. One of the things that I put out there is, if you know you're going to make the most gross on your fresh inventory, right? Increasing the amount of fresh inventory you sell will increase your gross, right? So you know that, focus on that. Okay. Another thing is, if we know having aged cars is driving down probably my gross profit potential, eliminate those aged cars. If you have less aged cars in your inventory should perform better, right? Also look at, if you know you can get more activities per lead by doing pricing structures and better comments and descriptions, you'll get more leads on your cars, which gives you a greater ROI on sites like AutoTrader, cars.com, and so forth. So, those are a few things that you really need to be focusing on. And if you know those things are crucial right now, again, hone in on those. We're going in the slower months of November and December. In January, February, March starts picking up. So get that inventory lean and clean, get the photos straightened out because we're going in the winter months, trees and all that, low tire pressure warnings. Again, hopefully this is helpful. Lotpop.com. If you want a free evaluation, we can walk you through some of those tips. Thanks. Yeah, shut it off.